Hey everybody, welcome back to another craft break. My name is Emma Panuski and today we are going to be painting on Easter eggs. So if you're unfamiliar with our Let's Paint Live program, it is a really wonderful program where we teach you how to paint a painting in just about an hour. And the great thing about these classes is that they're totally free and they're for all skill levels. So beginner, intermediate, advanced painters can all join us and paint along with us and have fun while doing it. We have a lot of different resident painters that host our monthly Let's Paint Live classes. They're the first Thursday of every month at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. You can find them right here on our Facebook and YouTube channel. And they will always coincide with our wonderful Let's Paint Live kit. So it is a broad variety of different colors. We always pick paints from our Let's Paint Live kits to create our paintings for our classes. So if you go ahead and buy that kit, it comes with all of those bottles of 2-ounce FolkArt Acrylic paint, water-based, non-toxic, made right here in the USA. And it also comes with a 10-piece artist variety brush set. So it's a really great deal, and you're kind of investing in yourself. You get to learn a skill, you get to have fun while you're doing it, and I don't know about you guys, but every time that I walk away, whenever I do one of our Let's Paint Live classes, I just feel very proud of myself that I was able to create this painting along with everybody else that viewed the class and participated. So I thought it'd be a really fun idea to use some of the paints from our Let's Paint Live kit and do a really simple little painting on an Easter egg. So this is like a medium Easter egg. It's styrofoam that we got off of Amazon. And I already went ahead and did a little bit of painting just to prep for our live stream today, but really basic so far. So I painted the background in baby pink, and then I painted this kind of inner oval with our Dutch aqua. And before we get too ahead of ourselves, Stephen White is in the studio with us. So if you have any questions or comments, let us know where you're tuning in from. If you've started crafting for spring and all of the fun spring holidays, let us know all of that good stuff. So let's go ahead and get started, you guys. Like I said, we painted this baby pink. We painted the inner oval Dutch aqua. And now I am going to pick up a pencil and we're about to do a little bit of sketching. So I'm kind of treating this Dutch aqua part as like our canvas. I don't know if you guys have seen this, but I feel like this trend is pretty big right now to have kind of like a framed or a faux framed painted piece on the actual Easter egg. It gives a really cool rustic kind of farmhouse look. So we're going to go ahead and paint some mushrooms in our Easter egg today. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to create an arching dome, kind of like this, and I'm going to have a curved corners. And I want it to be fairly symmetrical, but it doesn't have to be perfect. And then at the bottom part of our dome, I'm going to do a little curved arch that's going to represent that under part of the mushroom. And then coming from that, I'm going to make 2 lines right here that kind of part as we go down, but not too much. That just gets a little bit wider. And then I'm going to stop before we get to the pink. And then right next to him, I'm going to sketch out another mushroom. And this one's going to be a little bit more bell-shaped, but same idea with that underside and our mushroom stem coming down. Just like that. Okay? So I'm going to set my pencil down and I'm going to go ahead and load all of the paints that I'm going to plan to use for our painting. So I'm going to load some baby pink. And again, these are all colors that you can find from our FolkArt Let's Paint Live kit. That's apple red, wicker white, classic green, and thicket. Okay, so I am going to reach for a smaller detail brush. Let's use, so this is going to be a number 2 flat brush, and I'm going to dip it into my baby pink. And I'm going to fill in the kind of little under part that we sketched out of our mushroom.
Emma, we have some comments that I wanted to share with you. Treya says that she's working on Easter crafts currently, and Tanisha is very excited about the mushrooms.
Nice. What are you crafting for Easter? We would love to know. And Tanisha, I am also a very big fan of mushrooms, as you might know. So I think that they're a very fun spring motif. Okay, so we're painting that baby pink. I'm going to go ahead and do the same exact thing on our smaller mushroom friend. Like so, and then I'm going to rinse my brush. Dry it off on my paper towel, and then I am going to, I'll keep with the same number 2 flat brush. I'm going to dip it into my apple red, and I'm going to paint the top part of our mushroom tops. And then again, the same thing on our smaller mushroom. Looking pretty cute so far, if I do say so myself.
I agree.
Thank you, Stephen. Okay, just touching up some of those colors. And you guys can probably notice at home, if you've never worked with FolkArt Acrylic paint before, it has a really beautiful creamy texture. It's very pigmented. You don't have to go in with too many coats, which is amazing, of course. It's just a really, really great paint to use for little paintings like this. Okay, I'm going to rinse my brush. Make sure it's nice and dry with my paper towel. And then I'm going to go in with my wicker white. And we are going to fill in the shape of our mushroom stems, still using that number 2 flat. And right before I come to the bottom, so we get a really clean line that is seamless with that oval that we painted. You see I started at the top here, but instead of just kind of flicking down and possibly creating a not so even edge, I'm going to touch my paintbrush down here so that I can really control the edge of my brush so that we get a really sharp straight line, and that's how I'm going to connect our stem. And then giving a stem to our larger mushroom as well. I'm gonna practice that same thing. I'm gonna start from the bottom to control my line, and then I'm gonna work my way up. This would be a really fun party to do if you go to plaidonline.com or use the link in the description of this video to pick up a FolkArt Let's Paint Live kit to host a fun little painting party. If you order a bunch of these styrofoam eggs on Amazon, just let people have fun with it and paint their own little Easter egg creation. That would be so much fun.
Melissa said she started a community Easter egg hunt for her town. She paints eggs, hides them around the town, and gives clues on Facebook.
Oh my gosh, I love that. That's such a fun idea.
And Treya said she's working with Mod Podge on a wooden Easter bunny, eggs, chicks, and carrots that she found at the Dollar Tree.
Cute. I love that. That sounds so cute. I would love to see that. If you post it on social media, make sure you hashtag Plaid Crafts so that I can see your finished creation. I'd love to see that. Okay, I just touched that up a little bit because I went over my Dutch Aqua. All right. So now, when your piece is kind of looking like this, I'm going to take my multi-use heat tool and go ahead and dry some of this paint. Alrighty. Okay, so the next thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna switch for a smaller brush. This is a spotter brush, so it is very teeny tiny, and it's perfect for creating really fine details. So I'm gonna give you guys a little tip. If you're ever creating really, really fine lines, what I like to do is dip my brush into some pretty clean tap water and then mix some of that water from my brush into a little bit of my paint. And really, we're just kind of watering the paint down. We're not creating like an ink-like consistency because we don't want the watered down paint to have a mind of its own when it goes onto our project. But this, as you'll see, will really, really help thin down the consistency to make it really, really controllable. Okay, and we're just gonna kind of create like a umbrella pattern almost. Coming up, starting from the bottom and working its way up to the base of our mushroom like that. Same thing on this side. And I hope you guys can see that because we watered down our red, we have like really, really good control over those lines. All right, I'm gonna rinse my brush. And now I am going to, you know what, continue with my spotter brush. And I am going to dip it into my classic green, and I am going to outline our oval shape here that connects our pink to our baby aqua blue color. So it looks something like that. And then from that green oval line that we just painted, I am going to freehand a couple of leaves so that it looks like a vine. Some going out, some coming in. To give it a whimsical kind of woodland feel. And you can kind of paint right over the mushrooms too if you want. I think that will be a really nice touch, so it feels like a really seamless design. And you could even stop there. I think that looks really pretty, just the one side of the leaves like that. Perfect. I love it when a pattern meets up like that. Cute. All right, now for the fun part, you guys. I actually am going to add some daffodil yellow to our palette. I'm going to take a small detail brush. It actually isn't going to matter which brush you choose because we're going to use the back end of the brush. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to dip the back end of my brush in my daffodil yellow, and throughout the vines I'm going to create kind of these little clusters of dots, about 4 or 5, going around in a circle, very close together. Just every so often. The more paint that you have on the end of your brush and the more pressure that you apply to your brush, the bigger the circle is going to be. So that's just a good thing to keep in mind whenever you're doing this. If you have more paint, bigger circle, more pressure, bigger circle, and opposite. Less paint, smaller circle, less pressure, smaller circle. Okay, we're at the home stretch. Our egg is looking pretty cute. I am going to again take the back side of my brush And this time I'm going to dip it into my wicker white, and I'm going to create little white dots on our mushroom. And you can see I'm playing with the pressure that I applied to the end of my brush, and that is giving me different sized polka dots. Really cute. And we're not quite done. I'm going to go into all of these yellow dots that we formed, and I'm going to add a white center, making a little ditzy flower that's growing from our vine. And there you have it. Super cute, very simple to do. You can just have lots of fun with our Let's Paint Live kit and with some blank Easter eggs this year. Again, don't forget to check out our entire Let's Paint Live program, as well as our kit. If you go to plaidonline.com/letspaint, it'll bring you to the page where you can check out all of our free online classes and where to purchase a Let's Paint Live kit for yourself. So thank you guys so much for tuning in with another craft break. It's been a lot of fun painting with you all, and we will see you next time. Bye guys.